Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give to the committee will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, thank you. No, with a name like mine, I get on a first-name basis pretty quickly, so needless to say, I appreciate it. I just want to introduce myself. Mr. Chairman, distinguished committee members, I do have some prepared text. I would like to go ahead and proceed there. I want to thank you all for the opportunity to speak with you today about data center policies in South Carolina. As I said, my name is Dennis Vasiliotis. I am the president and CEO of the South Carolina Emerging Tech Association, acronym is SCETA. SCETA is a 501c6 nonprofit organization. Its mission is to foster innovation of emerging technologies and attract new business opportunities to South Carolina through advocacy and education. I'm here today to encourage you to consider expanding the statutory definition of data centers in South Carolina under South Carolina Code Section 1236-2120, paragraph 79. To provide parity for Bitcoin mining operators and their design and resource requirements with the design and resource characteristics of larger data centers, such as Google in North Charleston, as established in the 2012 statute. The large flexible load of Bitcoin mining did not exist when our statute was enacted, so making improvements to the statute to accommodate smaller data centers could and should be viewed as simply modernizing it. Bitcoin mining data centers provide benefits that larger data centers do not, such as energy management, grid stability, and economic development opportunities utilizing abandoned infrastructure in areas that are not necessarily desirable to other manufacturers or businesses. Since 2019, we've had approximately 317 megawatts of mining capacity that's been built in South Carolina. The industry demand for additional capacity in our state is estimated at approximately 160 megawatts right now. And that could change, certainly, if there's a more attractive opportunity in South Carolina. The estimated total investment of the mining industry in South Carolina is roughly about $800,000 a megawatt. So we're right about $254 million that's been invested in South Carolina over the last few years. These data mining operations contribute to our state's economy and our tax base in both urban and rural counties. They're currently located in Greenville and Spartanburg counties primarily, as well as in the PD, with a concentration in the Marlborough and Dillon County area. While they are already here doing business, the majority of these mining operations cannot qualify for the existing data center state incentives for energy and equipment, simply because of the difference in computer equipment and cooling needs for Bitcoin mining operations. Only a few minor tweaks are needed in current law to ensure this nascent industry remains in South Carolina and continues to expand. Bitcoin mining centers provide the infrastructure for the applied application of blockchain technology and offer an alternative to third-party controlled financial markets and central banks worldwide. Each accounting transaction is verified on the blockchain, and Bitcoin has become the world's first public financial network. Moreover, Bitcoin mining facilities serve as high-capacity data centers that provide new capacity for energy management, grid stability, and economic development. A key attribute to Bitcoin mining facilities is energy storage. Unlike hospitals or manufacturers, Bitcoin mining data centers can act like mega batteries that can shut down in minutes to provide energy during peak demand periods and give back energy to utility companies when they need it. For example, on December 24th, 2022, when Winter Storm Elliott had a significant impact on regional operations in the Carolinas and in North Carolina, Duke Energy implemented load shedding, creating rolling blackouts in both the Charlotte and Raleigh-Durham circuits. In South Carolina, Duke Energy was able to implement curtailment with the combined capacity of a handful of Bitcoin miners and their combined capacity of about 150 megawatts. Specifically, a Dubai-based company, Phoenix Technologies, mining operation in Dillon, voluntarily curtailed its 50-megawatt site, helping the Dillon area avoid a blackout. Bitcoin miners are the unsung heroes of this near-catastrophic event in South Carolina. In addition, the Bitcoin industry can also serve to promote more efficient utility generation, acting as the buyer of last resort for unused power by monetizing energy that may otherwise not be used. Consequently, it can be a tool for more efficient long-range planning. In South Carolina, the legacy of the textile industry can still be seen in rural towns left out of the manufacturing boom in more urban centers. The Bitcoin industry is well positioned to make an impact in these areas, revitalizing obsolete manufacturing facilities, catalyzing redevelopment, and upgrading infrastructure. As of early 2023, we estimated there may be as much as 1 gigawatt of unutilized and underutilized infrastructure in the state. Similarly, unused industrial park parcels are also unviable for manufacturing, but quite viable for Bitcoin mining centers. One example is in Woodruff, South Carolina, where a SCETA consortium member leased an unused 10-acre lot. It would not have worked for a manufacturing facility, but it was ideally suited for a Bitcoin miner. Moreover, Bitcoin mining offers high capital expenditure investments for rural areas, bringing in engineers and programmers that otherwise may not locate or work in such locations. With some modification, Bitcoin mining centers can also utilize renewable energy produced by the solar industry. Finally, it is important to note that data centers can readily achieve the state goal of 1.5 times of the local wage, bringing high-paying tech jobs to our state that otherwise might not locate here. So I'd like to make some recommendations, for modifications to the data center statute. The first of which is, really to eliminate the requirements in current law for creating and maintaining concurrent power and cooling systems and for redundant capacity components for Bitcoin miners. These are not necessary for Bitcoin mining operations. They're simply hardware specifications. Allow data center owners and their tenants that are located in single or contiguous counties to aggregate their employees in order to qualify for the state tax incentives for electricity and equipment. Third is to maintain the current investment thresholds for data centers. Fourth is to make the incentives retroactive for any data center already in operation and which has a utility PPA that includes curtailment and/or can provide proof of curtailment during Winter Storm Elliott. Next is to really create a de minimis standard for large flexible loads of 5 megawatt capacity and include the utility PPA that participates in curtailment. I would also like to ask the committee to recommend that the Public Service Commission consider a special tariff for large flexible load data centers that can contract for rapid demand response and curtailment of somewhere between 4 and 5 cents a kilowatt hour or $40 to $50 a megawatt hour. If we modernize our data center incentives with a better understanding of the changes in the data center industry, we would make our state very competitive and help retain and grow the industry that's already in South Carolina. And it's my hope that your understanding of Bitcoin's features and prospective impact on grid management will inspire you in the General Assembly at large to help make South Carolina a leader in the nation for Bitcoin mining, simply by modernizing the definition of data center in current law. By recognizing these contributions, SCETA believes we can build an even more solid foundation for South Carolina's economy and the benefits emerging technologies offer for its future success. In doing so, we can create new jobs, stimulate economic growth, promote sustainable development, and further our statewide strategy for efficiently meeting demand spikes for energy use and long-term needs for more generation facilities. Moreover, the presence of Bitcoin mining data centers can draw additional investments from the cryptocurrency industry and the nascent decentralized AI industry. These two technologies are converging as AI intelligent platforms require trust mechanisms for data authentication. SCETA would welcome the opportunity to hosting a listening and learning session with both committee members and utilities to discuss ways that mining centers can be partners, leveraging their specific characteristics to help support South Carolina's future growth. I want to thank you for your attention, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.